Oh, my tip for people to make the world a little bit better is be kind and start with yourself.
You know, let humans be human. Like, people go through things, people need time to process things, people have feelings. If you can accept that that's what humans are like and stop expecting them to always follow your idea of how things should be, the world actually gets a lot easier, right? Because then you get to a place where you're like, okay, well, let me be curious about their needs right now. Let me be curious about what it feels like to be in their shoes right now. I think once you can truly accept that as the case, you stop trying to sort of like force fit everybody else into your perspective as an individual or as a company.
So if we're talking about tech and coding, I guess it'd be good if like people took a bit more time to do like stuff for non-profits, charities, like trying to do, offer non-profit plans if they're offering a product, or taking up pro bono work if they're doing like if they work in if they do contract work or whatever, just trying to like help out your fellow humans, try and like do a bit better in the world. That's a really fairly straightforward thing, but I think like it does get missed out by quite a lot of places. I think especially with like some companies where their profit margins are actually humongous, it's kind of like they should be doing a bit more to like help people out. I'm not going to name any names, but yeah.
I think I spend a lot of time trying to think about how to look for the good in people. I just not so maybe it's along those lines. It's like, don't assume anyone is not good. I was going to use a different word then. Try and find the good in people, and and take your neighbours' parcels as well. I think that's one way to make the world a better place.
Well, I think that, I don't know, I feel like the world would be a little bit better if we were all, I don't want to say a little bit more chilled out, because that sounds, people have real problems, but I do think that I actually really hate the term mindfulness. I think that it's been co-opted in many horrific ways. But I do think that there's something to be said about trying to just be at one with your brain for a little bit every now and again. I know I benefit from that a lot, whether that's thinking through a bit of research that I'm working on, or whether it's just like, God, I feel a bit weird today and I don't know why, and I go a walk and normally I'm kind of sorted out by the end. Top tip, if you don't want to just go a walk on your own, put your headphones in, but record a voice memo and talk to yourself out loud, because people will think you're on the phone. So you don't feel like you're being weird, because I would feel like that if I was just talking to myself at a walk. But I feel like I don't know, I think it's a good way of, it doesn't replace things like therapy obviously, but I think it's a nice way of trying to work out what's going on in your head. And I sometimes get some of my best research ideas out there, and sometimes just work out why I'm like pissed off at my partner, and it's useful. So that would be a top tip as well. Record voice memos, but make it look like you're on the phone so you don't feel weird.